Hello book besties, welcome back to my channel. For today's video I have a new hopefully series that I want to start on my channel of what I'm calling I Read 3 whatever, and as the name suggests, I'll read 3 of the type of book in some genre or theme or whatnot. And for this first I Read 3 I'm doing dark academic books. Let's get into it. I have my first book of the video, which is If We Were Villains. All I know right now is that it's about a group of friends in college that are all thespians, and I believe there's a murder involved, and I've heard a lot of good things from people that I trust with their reviews, so I really hope I'll like it. Well, let's get into the reading. Finished Act 1, so I'm about 80 pages into this. I have some theories about who will be murdered. Obviously it's still really early, like we're still pretty much just getting introduced to the people, like the 7 players. Nothing too intense yet, but obviously Act 1 ends off on a very intense scene, to say the least. My assumption is that this scene is what really kickstarts the whole downfall of all the characters. Like obviously some were already there. Definitely interesting. It started off a little slow. I always struggle to follow like Shakespeare in general. It takes multiple reads just the way he writes, so those parts slow me down a little bit. But the Macbeth play was really cool to see, and as someone who worked in behind the scenes in theater a lot, it's very interesting. I will update maybe either at the end of the next act or Act 3. So like halfway-ish. So I have a check-in for everybody. So I am about, I guess, 2/3 of the way done. I just finished Act 3. Let me just say, I've been waiting for a specific realization to happen, and it just happened. But I'm enjoying it. It's picking up for sure. I'm getting very like bogged down by just all the Shakespeare. Like as much as I love Shakespeare like the next person, it's very slow for me to read. Something about his writing is just like really bad for my dyslexia. I'm really enjoying it. I love the dynamic that they have. We're feeling like shit's about to go down, you know? Shit is definitely about to go down. I have an update for If We Were Villains. So I finished this up on the train ride home last night from the concert, so like at 11:30 last night, so I didn't have the chance to update because by the time I got home it was very late. I enjoyed this. I gave it 4 stars in the end. I definitely predicted like the main twists of the book. I know it's like a mystery type book. I know that's like what it's categorized, but like I personally consider it to be like a character study type story, and for that type of story I thought it was great. Like it wasn't really a mysterious book for me, like it definitely had the ambiance. Yeah, like I definitely really connected with the main character Oliver and just all the like friend group, and I like really believed in a lot of just what happened just because of how strong ML wrote their dynamics to be, so that was fun. And yeah, so like I just didn't give it 5 stars because of the Shakespeare, just the sheer amount of Shakespeare quotes. It's just hard for me to follow. There were times where it really did take me out of the story because I just had to keep rereading, and like if they ever had any kind of arguments or just full-on conversations in Shakespeare when it wasn't for the plays that they were putting on, I struggled a little bit, we'll put it that way. 4 stars instead of 5, but I really enjoyed it, and yeah. This morning I started reading Summer Suns by Mandelo, and I'm about 2 hours into the audiobook, give or take. I think I'm like 20% in. Don't have much thoughts yet, but I'm definitely intrigued. I'm getting big All for the Game and Raven Cycle vibes just with the sheer amount of references to cars, and like I know cars enough. Oh my god. It's just giving me like my peak high school reading throwback. Yeah, I'm not really far. I don't have too many thoughts on it, so I'll probably try to update when I'm about halfway quick update on Summer Suns. I am about 50, maybe 60% into it, and how do I put this? It's fine. Maybe horror just isn't for me. It's not my favorite so far. I feel like I'm losing sense of what's going on really easily, and that could just be audiobook issues, but I usually don't have that issue, so yeah. The gangst is insane. That I am enjoying. Yeah, I'm sitting here questioning like who Andrew was gonna end up with, because I assume he will. My first assumption that it would be, I guess, spoilers. I'm gonna put like a spoiler thingy up here. So my assumption is that, well, it was that he was gonna end up with Riley. But Riley is in a throuple. I didn't think it was gonna be Sam, but it's Sam? Is it gonna be Sam? I don't know. Basically, my thoughts are very, how do I put this? They're not coherent right now. I have thoughts on what it could be, who it could be, things like that. We'll see. It's feeling very 3-star, which is not a bad book by any means, but I was really expecting more. Anyways, I'll update you when I'm done, unless I have some epiphany or my opinions change like drastically, for better or worse. Hello, I have class in like 2 minutes, so let's make this really quick. I just finished Summer Suns and I gave it 3 stars. Yeah, I'm still a little bit unsure on the rating, but right now 3 stars. I think I said it before, but I just don't know if horror, or at least listening to horror audiobook wise, is my jam. I kind of felt the same way about The Dead in the Dark, which was like a horror. I kept getting lost and I just would like be listening, and then next thing you know, they're like in a whole different place and I'm like, what the fuck, how did I get here? Like, how did they get here? So yeah, a little bit hard to follow. Yeah, I don't know if it's an audiobook thing. I wonder if I'd read it physically, if I would have flown better, but usually I'm pretty good about audiobooks. Oh god. Spoiler. I kind of guessed, well, I definitely guessed that it was the teacher and husband duo. I feel like it's not obvious. And I don't know if that's just like a thing that I've been doing recently, because I kind of like guessed if we were villains. I don't know, am I smart? I didn't ever think it was West, no matter how much they tried to like push that as the first narrative. This ending was kind of satisfying. Mainly, I'm a very character-focused reader. I just didn't get the connection between Andrew and Sam that much. Like, the gangst, go off. Incredible. I thought it was realistic, the like internal struggle, but I just didn't feel the development. It felt rushed. The like last third of the book was kind of like, oh my god, we need to like actually solve this. Oh my god, I might be changing my rating to it too. If it changes, it changes. Oh god, I'm so sorry to all my friends that love this. Anyways, let's go to Vengeful. Tonight, I am going to hopefully start Vengeful. Assuming I can get this homework assignment that I have done, I should be able to get an okay amount in. I'm hoping to spend no more than like an hour doing my homework assignment, so 2-3 hours to read, so I can get like a decent amount of pages, maybe like 100 to 150 pages if I start soon. We'll see. I will update you once I have thoughts on Vengeful, but I'm predicting like 5 stars for this one because I loved Vicious, and I'm not a huge V.E. Schwab fan, but I did really like Vicious, so. I am here to update on my Vengeful progress. I don't even know when my last clip for this specific book was, but I have only read the first part. This book, just because of how chunky she is, keeps making this video delayed. And not in a bad way. I'm really enjoying what I'm reading so far. It's just a big book I really have not had the chance to read. So I was hoping to get this video out on Tuesday the 19th, but it looks like it's going to be pushed back to the 26th, and a week later. Almost I can miracle my way through literally 3/4 of the book. I am a quarter in. I don't think I'll be posting this on Tuesday like I had originally hoped, but it's fine. I should actually be able to get kind of far into it. It's just I need to be able to edit this before the video goes out, obviously. I only finished part 1, but I guess my update for the first part is that I'm really enjoying Victor's little family situation they've got going on with, oh my god, why am I blanking their names? Sid, and oh gosh, What is his name? I really cannot think of it. I will put it up if I can remember it in post. I'm enjoying their little like found family thing, and it's like my favorite trope. That's been fun. I'm excited to see Eli if he comes in soon. I don't know when. I assume he will. I really liked Eli in the first book. I know most people probably don't, but I actually liked reading from Eli's perspective. So I'm kind of just wanting to see him. I am enjoying Marcella. I'm gonna call her Marcella unless it's something else. But I'm really enjoying her perspective too. The other new perspective, I'm enjoying that one too. We're not getting much of either of theirs. It's mostly Victor or Sydney. It's good so far. It's slow, but I don't mind it. Yeah, I'll update. If I remember to update, I'll update after a few more parts. But most likely, you will see me when I finish it. Anyways, I'm gonna go read now before I keep breaking my brain. It is now much later in the evening. I am a lot farther into this. I honestly think I just put myself back on track to release this video this week. I don't think this does it justice. I am very far into the book. I only have a quarter of it left. I'm like flying through it right now. I'm gonna stop reading for the night because it's late and I need to sleep for class tomorrow, but I should be able to hopefully finish this tomorrow afternoon, actually. So disregard everything I said about releasing this video next week. Who'da thunk? Who'da thunk? But yeah, I just finished parts 2 and 3. I have 4 left, and the, what are they calling it? Oh, what does she call it? Exodus. Okay, that's what I thought. So I have about 125 pages left. So that's like a solid 2 hours, maybe 2.5 hours, depending on how quickly I read it tomorrow. I could definitely get through that. Things are really picking up. I remember names now. Now that I've like been reintroduced to them, I feel like we just keep getting more perspectives randomly. It makes sense in the context, and I'm really enjoying it. Things are definitely like coming to a head. I'm excited to see what I'm hoping I'll see soon enough. I know I mentioned like, oh, I want Eli's perspective, and then it was literally the next chapter from where I was. I got my Eli's perspective. I got a lot of Eli's perspective, and I'm glad I did. I kind of wish I actually got more of Victor's perspective now too. Like, we're getting back into his side of things. I like the two of them. I am really enjoying Marcella's. I really should look up how to say her name. Marcy's. I think that's how they nicknamed her perspective. June, I would love to know more of her backstory. I know there's supposed to be a 3rd book, so I'm really hoping that if that is the case, and if she's still around for the 3rd book, I would love to know more about like what actually happened to her. This is still predicted at a 5-star for me right now. It's incredible. I honestly can't explain why these books so much. It's paced out so well. You get backstory at appropriate like timing. You learn about Victor and Eli specifically. When it's important, we learn more about Eli in this book, so probably going to be 5 stars. I think the only thing that could ruin it is like however this last section goes. If the ending is just not good, I don't think that's gonna happen. I legitimately flew through this. I mean, I read parts 2 and 3. It's like a solid 200 something pages in like 4 hours, which is on par for me, but it felt like it flew. There was maybe like a few sections in the middle that slowed it down a little bit, and I should go to bed. Okay, so I finished Vengeful on this lovely Monday. 5 stars. I don't even feel like I need to say that. I think that's pretty obvious. Vicious was a top read of mine in 2020, and Vengeful is on the list of top books this year. Honestly, it's great. I feel like whatever I summed up before is all I've got to say about it. I have no new thoughts. The last part flew through so quickly. I just wish I had more Eli Victor interaction. I just refuse to believe that the ending is the ending. I want it changed. I mean, it makes sense. My inkling suspicion. I refuse to believe this is how it ends without giving anything away. I can't wait for whatever the last book in the villain series is. I do have to say, this isn't really dark academia per se. I know the first one is. It has a lot of it taking place in their college. This one, not so much. We're just gonna ignore it. We're gonna ignore that. It's fine. It's fine. Great read. What a great way to finish off this video, truly. 5 stars. I gave If We Were Villains 4 stars. After much deliberation, I'm gonna stick with 3 stars for Summer Suns. Joke's on me, I'm actually changing it to 2 stars. I talk a lot about how I'm not sure. I just decided that I didn't like it enough. I was so disengaged with the story that I don't really see it as a 3-star book. So those are the 3 books that I read. Comment down below, have you read any of them? What's your favorite dark academia book? I'd love to know. I really hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up. Comment down below what I asked. If you really liked my content, please consider sticking around and subscribing. It would mean the world to me. Yeah, I'll see you in my next video.